Hello, scrapbookers. It's Katie Scott, and welcome to day 7 of Kiss and Tell, the Kiss and Tell scrapbooking blog. That's my blog. Keep it super simple and tell your stories scrapbooking. This is day 7 of 30 days of scrapbook videos and 30 days of video calamity. I made a Ustream earlier where I started this layout, and then I've gotten to the point where I've gotten sort of the base of the layout done. What I did was on a bunch of watercolor papers, when I just had some extra paint that I was using, I just kind of like dabbed random paint onto the papers. And then to make this column, I just like ripped each page so it still had the little white section. So there's a background paper that's kind of busy. This one's by Crate Paper, and it is called, I don't know what it's called. I don't know. It kind of looks like this. I got a little collection pack of it somehow. Probably at a scrapbooking yard sale at Whimsidoodle, which is my local scrapbook store here in St. Petersburg, Florida. So I made a column of the handmade watercolor papers going all up and down, and then I used Glitz stickers to make a smaller column in the middle of the column of stickers, and then I put a photo of my nephew and I matted that, you see, and then I used these are Glitz Design Color Me Happy rubber stamps. So those stamps I used here, here, and here. And then I also, the pen of this, I love this set. The pen I did all up and down, but it's like not obvious. It kind of blends in with those watercolor papers. So that's where I am so far. This is the story about how my nephew got his first job as a sandwich artist at Subway. And I don't think, it's probably not his dream job, but he actually wants to be an artist. So that's going to be the title of this page, and I think where I want to put the title is right here. And I want to write artist in big letters and then sandwich in very small letters. And then I think I'm going to do some computer journaling that I will maybe put in this column. So it'll be like all randomized down that column. But I'll just stay with you long enough to get the title on, and then I will post a page, the finished scrapbook page on my blog. Now, I am trying to perfect I'm just trying to get the hang of making process videos. I have an attachment on order that will allow me to do the view down so that you can see what I'm doing better. That should come sometime this week. So these are my thickers, some of my thickers. I have them by color, and I was telling some scrapbook friends yesterday that my husband bought my daughter the brand new iPhone, like 5, not the C one, like the expensive one. But I won't spend full price. Like, I'm against spending full price on thickers. So I always bargain shop for my thickers. Go figure. I don't know. I like to be thrifty if I can. So I thought I would go with a black alphabet for that word artist. But I have these old Heidi Grace alphabets, and I don't think I have an A. So I don't think it's going to work. A-R-T-I-S-T. Oh, I do. So let's see if I can spell that. I'm just going to place them on very lightly. So if I need to take them up, I can. There's a T. A-R-T-I-S-T. So I'm going to need 2 T's. There's another T and an S. I think we're going to be able to spell this. This is a paper scrapbooking A paper scrapbooker's problem, right? Seeing if we have enough letters to make a word. Digital scrapbookers don't have that problem. They can use as many letters as they want. But see, we have to be more creative as paper scrapbookers, right? Okay, so there's no battle between paper and digital scrapbookers, to each their own. But during a video chat yesterday at Get It Scrapped, we were talking about podcasts. And one of the girls, who's also a paper scrapbooker, said, I've listened to all the Paper Clipping Roundtable podcasts, and so I really don't know what else to listen to, so I just keep on listening to those. And that's great, except sometimes you want a little variety, right? So, okay, this is funny, because the I and the S that I have make, like in artist, it spells is. So I might use that in my journaling. Otherwise, I would want to keep them more random if they didn't spell a word. But they do, so I think I'm going to go with that. And I'm just making these go down to the page where they're supposed to go. The other thing I could do with this, which is what I just thought about, is I could just totally color these black if I didn't want to keep them red. And what I might do is color all of them except the IS. See how that is kind of stands out, but the other ones don't. So I have my Copic markers, and let me just test one out on one of these. Let's test it out on a Z, because I don't usually use a Z, or an X, that would be fine. So I'm using the dark blue, and that's how that's going to look. I think that's going to stand out a lot better. Copics will color on anything, so I'm just coloring over, oops. You have to be a little careful so your Copic doesn't go off like mine just did. That's how it's going to look. I think that's going to be a better contrast to all those, like, this Heidi Grace alphabet that I have is actually, it's really old. But it's, 2007, which is old in the scrapbooking world. But it's actually a Christmas theme, and this is not a Christmas theme page. So I kind of like the idea of coloring over it. Plus it's about being an artist and altering things, so artist. So that works for me. Okay, so I was just telling you something. Oh yeah, podcasts. Scrapbooking podcasts. So if you're a scrapbooker, paper scrapbooker, you may not know about the scrapbooking podcast called The Digi Show, because it's about digital scrapbooking. And if you're sort of like me, I'm kind of like, I have no big desire to digital scrapbook. Although I do see pages occasionally where I'm like, oh, that would be cool. It'd be cool to be able to make the photo like really huge and then put some little photos over it. That makes me want a digital scrapbook. A lot of their title work makes me want to digital scrapbook because you don't need the, you don't have to like spell stuff out. So this is how this looks so far. I'm actually pretty happy with that. So there we go. There's my nephew who hates to have his picture taken. Right? So that's pretty much my page. I'm at 9 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, here's my point. My point is, I made a list on my blog, Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, of the Digi Show podcast episodes that paper scrapbookers would like. That is all. Signing off, Katie Scott. Bye.